Guys, it is me, Extreme Fighter, and today what I'm going to be doing is a art tutorial. So, yeah, I'm right now in my channel. I'm having a contest for a game that I'm making of sprites that you guys can make to be inside of the game. But yeah, some of these sprites could be just like monsters. Like that's mainly all I really need. Monsters, maybe. I don't know, maybe decorations, things like that. I have another video. I will link that video in the description below to see how kind of the art style of the game and how it's going to be. And right now, I'm going to be showing kind of the basic things of pixel art. So the program that I'm going to be using is Paint, and I'm on Windows 10. I don't know if you can get it for Chrome and stuff like that. I know on Windows you can get it, but yeah, you don't have to use Paint. You could just use any kind of program that you could mainly kind of zoom in or something like that with. So I'm zoomed in all the way. I have my pencil. I have it at 1 pixel placing, so it's 1 pixel each time, and that's 1 pixel. So yeah, so I'm gonna do the basics of pixel art. So the kind of style that my characters in the game have, well, it's not really like. I'll give you guys an example. So an example of how the style of my characters are. Well, I'm gonna start off by making a box. Well, two boxes actually. Two boxes. So this right here is the front of the box. This one is the front, and this is the side of the box. So what people mainly do like this, it's like, okay, by the way guys, this is a cube, like just a cube. So let's do something simple. Add a smiley face and two little eyes, guys. That's very simple. Now, on the side, people do things like this, That's good and all, but we need to add like some kind of a more of a a little bit. We need to be able to see a little bit of the front. So what we do is this. Let's zoom this. Let's copy this. Let's paste it down here. Get rid of this because this is not going to be the side anymore. This is going to be a whole new thing. So what we're going to do is we are going to add something. We are going to just, a little bit like this, a little bit like this. That's good. Now, you'll see what I'm going to do, guys. Just watch carefully, and you will see how this is gonna work. So, first of all, we delete this because we're actually really the side isn't really like this. The side's more of let's add something different to the side. We'll make it like we'll add a little thing like this. There you go, guys. So I added just this little thing. So this is the side, this is the front. So what I'm gonna do is this. So I'm gonna make what I was making, like what I made in the side, and I'm gonna do it again, and then I add. Nope, not like that. I make kind of like the smiley face again, but I do it like that. And see, it's kind of like you could see a little bit of two perspectives. For example, let me load up one of my characters that I made, and I will show you how it's kind of a different perspective. Okay guys, so I pulled up one of the sprites for, I pulled up one of the sprites for the game that I created. Now this was my first sprite. When I first created it, it looked a little bit like, well, you'll see in a second. It looked a little bit like this, for example. So at first this is, by the way, the attack of the enemy. So when I made this, it was like this. It started off like this. This wasn't here. This was on the side only, guys. The shading wasn't here. This was moved more. But to make it look like the perspective, what I did is I had to grab the whole thing, I moved it, so it looked like it was more on the kind of side angle. Then I made this little spot right here, so it looks like it's more on the side angle. The eyes make it look like it's more on the side angle, and at the same time, since there is eyes, it's not the side angle. So it makes the side angle there a little bit more, but it also shows the front angle a little bit better. And yeah, these little fire effects are just there to make him look cool. So you could turn something very simple into that kind of perspective. For example, my monster guy was like, he wasn't that hard. It's like that. And yeah, it's really simple to make things like this. Like that, like that, like that. And the shading really adds good detail. I have a lot of shading into my game I'm going to try doing. So yeah, is really all it was. It's like that, it's like that, like that, like that. I'm just making a simple little thing, and yeah, I'm gonna make it a whole nother color. So you see, has things like that, the little horns, like that, and like that. But you could change that. I could also add an eye like that, and you could change that to make it like a whole new perspective. So I'm going to show you how to make your own sprites that are front, because I feel like it's easier to make a front sprite, like, change it to a perspective with the smaller kind of things. So yeah, like this slime was kind of smaller, and it was more easier to make him how he was. But yeah, guys, I'm going to show you how to turn this little blue monster guy that I just made into the kind of perspective that's being seen on right here. So, first of all, what I would do, I would definitely move his horns in a direction like this. So I'd grab onto his horn, and I'd probably move it like right here. You see? Just move it right there a little bit, and then what do? You just pop that back right there. And what do you? Oh, and you also gotta, let me just fix it right there a little, and then what I do next is I select this part of it, and I move it just like that. And what I do, I just fill this back in, and I'm kind of doing better with this actually as well, guys. I'm fairly new to this. There you go. Now you're probably gonna say, what do I do next? Well, actually, before that, let me just grab this one, move it a little bit more down. No, no, no. So yeah, guys, it takes like a little bit to do these things. It has to be moved down because it's not all the way seen. So yeah, sometimes like right now, you're not gonna be able to see things like the horn on that side. Now what you do, you get rid of the face, and I'm gonna leave that eye there because that really helps it with the 3D. Or no, I will move it a little bit more, one like that. There you go. And what you do, you load this thing up. This is like a color thing that I have on Paint, but all you're just gonna do is you're gonna get the color, and all you do, you just gotta get a little bit of a darker shade of that color. And when you do that, you just do something simple like that. And you fill the rest of that in, and look, that's already shading. And that's basically kind of how you make a little bit of perspectiveness, kind of sprites, if you know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry, just a little confusing. Oops. Yeah, so now that's done with, I am going to make another way of making sprites. Well, I'm going to show you guys another way on making sprites. So, ideas. Ideas just come to you. For example, this little thing. I was making sprites, and I thought to myself, I'm like, this, I could work with this to make a whole new monster for the game. So there's a game. In the game, there's a fireplace, and there's all these little guys, but there's also going to be, well, a like, I don't know, like a queen kind of thing. Like, yeah, that kind of a figure. And I was thinking, I'm like, because I had made this the attack, and ideas can just come like this, and you can turn sprites into whole other things. I'm like, this attack looks cool, and I put it above here. So I thought to myself, this looks like a person. So what I did is this. I got rid of all these little fire particle effects, and ideas came to my mind. And you could use, just, you always got to look at your sprites that you make, because new ideas always pop up from your other things. So I made this. I did this, and I already knew what I was doing. I was doing like a queen or something. Like I said, a shading really counts. Get a little bit of a darker shade. Then I add that to my custom colors. Okay. And I made like a little kind of a shade right there. I don't really know what to really call that shade. I don't know. The shading's a little weird. I might show you. Well, I kind of already did show you how it works. Just get darker, a little bit of a darker color. And yeah. By the way, on Paint, all you have to do is click on Edit Colors, and that's where your shading will be done. So yeah, then after that, I was ready. I grabbed my black, and also in the game, that's gonna kind of be the style. It's gonna be surrounded in black, but I never actually surrounded the hair in black. I thought it would look nicer that way. What I did is this. I did that. Then I did that exactly with the other side as well. That's not exactly. Okay. Exactly with the other side right here. And you kind of see what I'm doing. And you know what happened, because these horns, they're kind of like very light skin color. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll use that exact same color, and that will be the arms, and then I'll make that and use that shade for the face. And then what I do is, with my perspective, I add an eye like right here and right here. Maybe make this eye red. I do something like that, you see? And then when I do that, I get a darker shade. And after I get the darker shade of it, just do a little bit of shading. When that shading's done, I'm done. And that's basically how you can turn things into other things. And yeah, guys, that's kind of everything I have to show. But yeah, guys, you guys should really play this game after when it comes out. It's gonna be completely free. And yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. I really enjoyed making it. It was really fun, guys, to make this. And yeah, guys, hope you enjoy. Bye.